Whatever you resist will persist. I heard that saying back in September of 2013. And it really stuck with me so much so that I wrote it on my wall in my bedroom. So every time I woke up, it would be the first thing that I would see. This was a season of my life where I was fighting everything. I was fighting with my body. It was in a lot of pain and discomfort. I was fighting a relationship that was ending and not working. I was fighting the version of myself that wasn't sure she had it all together because, hello, she was supposed to have it all together. I was a fitness professional. I had my studio. From the outside, it looked like I was someone who had things figured out, and I was on my path and on my mission. But inside, I knew that I was on full war with myself. And the harder I pushed against everything in my life that wasn't working, the more it kept presenting itself. I was pushing against the thoughts that I didn't want to have about the circumstances that I didn't want to be in. And it just kept getting louder and louder. And the more I tried to white knuckle my way through the discomfort and the pain, the more exhausted I became, the more I tried to outrun it, the faster it seemed to catch up to me. And I constantly reflected on what you resist will persist. Every day it was a battle to embrace that. And then finally, one day, I just stopped. I stopped resisting all of the change, all of the transition that I was going through. And I released and I let go of it. Welcome to Collective Guidance. I'm your host, Charla Goodnight, and I am so grateful to have you here. I don't believe in coincidences, so I know that if you're listening to this episode, it's because you need to hear this right now. And before we go any further, if you could just hit the like button, subscribe, maybe share this episode if it resonates with you, I would greatly appreciate it. This is how I'm able to reach more people and share this message. So let's dive into this because this is something I have really lived. So first, what is resistance? In the spiritual community, that word is thrown around so much. And I want us to make sure that we're talking about the same thing, because resistance isn't just procrastination, right? It's not about laziness or fear or not wanting to do something, though it can come across that way. That is part of resistance. But resistance at its core is the act of refusing to allow something to be what it is. It's the part of you that looks at a painful situation or a moment and says, not now, not ever, not me. It's a mental wall that you put up between yourself and an uncomfortable truth. It's the way you stay so busy that you never have to sit with the feeling long enough for it to really become real. Now, resistance can show up in a lot of different ways. And the past couple months, I've had a lot of interaction with friends, and there seems to be a common theme that has been happening. And it is one of endings. And when we get in a theme of an ending, there can be a lot of anger, or you feel furious at someone because of XYZ. And you have resistance to forgiving them because forgiving them is letting them win, right? And resistance can look like numbing, when we numb our bodies with food, scrolling, wine, or a drink, Netflix, anything to avoid the ache and the uncomfortableness that is trying to get your attention. It looks like obsessively planning the future because being in the present moment is too intense. It looks like positivity that is and can be toxic, thinking that good vibes only, you can't be mad, you can't be hurt, you got to smile over something that really genuinely hurts. And I think whenever my friend told me the resistance will persist, it made me think resistance is energy. It's an enormous amount of energy. It's holding something back, pushing forward, and never addressing what has truly happened, not fully processing what truly happened. It is a energetic that you're not clearing the energy of it. And I realized that instead of resisting something, you can easily embrace it. And once you embrace what has happened, you can let it go and fully release it. Now, why do we resist? Why do we keep choosing that which we resist? It has everything to do with ego. When we are resisting, we are in ego. We are edging God out, because whatever has come to us and has caused the resistance, the situation that has taken place, it is all for your highest good. But our ego, it wants to protect us. It is our survival oriented part of the mind. It is a, don't worry, babe, I got this taken care of. It has convinced us that feeling is the same as falling, that if we feel everything, all of the pain, all of the grief, all of the sadness, all of the discontent within, that we have failed. Now, I want you to know your ego is not your enemy. Your ego is to keep you safe. Your ego set in when you were younger, and that became your survival mechanism. My therapist calls it my teenage self, my protector. And my protector doesn't want me to feel uncomfortable. My protector doesn't want me to feel sad. My protector doesn't want me to be angry. And my protector wants to protect me. And that is my ego. My ego wants to protect me. And my ego says, if I just don't let this in, it can't touch me. It can't mess with me. It can't affect my energy because I'm not letting it in. But here's what the ego doesn't understand. I believe this is a spiritual truth that changes everything. Emotions are not threats. Emotions are emotions. They are messengers. And when you resist the messenger, they don't just go away. They don't just float away. You have to go through a healing process with them. And when you resist the messenger, those feelings are just going to keep coming there, knocking at the door and saying, hey, I'm here. And they're going to keep knocking louder until eventually they start banging, and they're not going to leave until you get heard. And there is I think he was a psychiatrist, Carl Jung, and he talked about the idea of the shadow self and the parts that you've been pushing into the dark because they just felt too big, too shameful, too much. Carl said that the stuff that you refuse to look at will constantly resurface. You can't just unsee it. The anger that you may have will turn into resentment and other things. And the truth is that this is all energy that's stored in your body. And what you resist doesn't just disappear into nowhere. It sticks with you. It lives in your body. I have a lot of friends that have just departed relationships. And when you depart a relationship, you have energetic cords of attachment from that person that you carry. If you resist the pain of cutting those cords and no longer having those cords, you are essentially keeping that lower vibrational energy in your body. And I heard a woman not too long ago talking about our karmic lessons. And our karmic lessons is what we resist. We resist the karmic lessons. And if we don't learn from our karmic lessons, which essentially are our patterns, they will keep showing up in relationship to relationship to relationship. Not just romantic relationship, but job relationship, friend relationship. I know one of my lessons is complete and 100% love for myself in the way that I am. I am a very spiritual person. Being a spiritual person is not something that I had discovered just a couple of years ago. This is something that's been with me since I was 13. There's two things that I knew when I was 13. One was I wanted to be in fitness. I wanted to share fitness with people. Another thing that I knew at 13 was spirituality and my relationship with God. And when I was 21, I had a near-death experience that I begged for my life to come back. And I said, please do not let me die before my father dies. My father was very ill at the time. And they said, what are you willing to do? And I said, I will share your message. I will share the message of Spirit of God. And that is a promise that I made to my soul self and to my higher being, my God. And I know one of my lessons in this human experience is to never forsake myself or allow myself to give up on that for myself. That is a karmic lesson, to fully be in myself and honor myself for that. resistance is also one of my karmic lessons. Numerous times when I have been in a relationship and the relationship has ended, I have spent time resisting it, not wanting to feel the ending of it, to face the decision. When we long for what is, we are not being in the present moment and we are resisting life. So I wanted to jump on today and share with you about resistance. One of the ways that we can overcome resistance is to become the observer of our thoughts. To become the observer of our thoughts is when we have a thought is to step away and say, that's interesting. When we observe our thoughts, we are not wallowing in our thoughts. We are not bypassing our thoughts. We are acknowledging our thoughts and we are saying, that's interesting. Okay, what do you need now? How can I love you? How can I show up for you? What can I do for you? And that is going in your self-care toolbox and doing what you need to do for you and taking care of you. Then you are not resisting. You are allowing yourself to feel it and you are moving through the feeling. I am so grateful that you are here with me. Thank you so much. And if you find that you are resisting something in life, I invite you to write it down. Write down, what are you resisting? And then write down how you can no longer resist it. No longer resist it. Thank you so much for being here. I am truly grateful for your time and I hope this resonated. And if it did, please hit the like button, subscribe, share with a friend that maybe someone else who's been resisting something. And I look forward to seeing you on the next